5 now. What's happening on Instagram?
Philip doesn't want to watch Miss Rachel.
She will. Hi. Hi, everyone. How are we doing? Hello, hello, hello. Let's see where people are watching us from. Okay, it's going on Instagram. So I think the go live button here.
Mommy, she's struggling. She doesn't want to watch Miss Rachel.
She's not comfortable. Take it to the bed. Okay.
But she's not.
Hi everyone, how are we doing? It's good to be here and it's good to see you guys. Welcome to this session. This is not the regular time that we stream, but I just had to do it now. So if you have questions as we go along, put your questions in the question mark and I'll be happy to answer your questions. And yes, guys, I am here live with Mercy. You can see it, so it's not audio. Hi guys, live and direct. I am here. Mercy is here with us today, and today I just wanted her to share. I wanted to give her the opportunity to share her experience so that you can ask her questions because she's the one that went through it and she experienced it. So if you have any questions, put your questions and ask us. So I say whether you don't mind, just come what I. So I'm going to be asking Mercy questions first, and Mercy will answer those questions. And if you have questions, answer. Miss Pearl says, "Welcome to the US."
Thank you very much.
She said Louis, so maybe people should connect.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Okay, Somto, leave her alone. Leave her. Okay, so back to our questions. Let's see. So Mercy, welcome to the US. How do you feel? How are you feeling today? How do you feel being here?
I feel so excited. I feel so blessed. I feel so fulfilled. And in fact, I'm actually short of words, but I'm really, really happy to be here today. And all thanks to Coach Zeno, all thanks to Coach Sam, all thanks to every team on the Success Factors Migration Group. I say thank you all. I'm really happy and I feel blessed to be here. And I'm willing to share all of my experience with you guys today.
Okay, so tell us, what are you doing in the US? What brought you to the United States of America?
Okay, so I'll go straight to the point. I got a fully funded scholarship at Missouri State University to come and get my master's done. Fully funded. Of course, it also comes with a monthly stipend. So I'm here on a study visa.
Yeah, that's nice. You hear like it comes with a monthly stipend. So the people that yesterday went around Mercy School and we met some people, including some Nigerians, people that are studying in that school that are also studying and have monthly stipends. The ones that have funding and have monthly stipends, they have cars, like they are able to drive decent cars here.
Right.
So so they live, as even as students, they're able to live a decent life. They're not here, they're not hungry, they're not suffering, they're not broke, they're able to live a decent life. Okay? Somebody said, wow, you are a real organization, you're not a scam. It's funny how people think that I'm a scam. I post my face, I post my family, like I post everything. That's how some people still think that I'm a scam.
Honestly,
like
that's when people come to my DM.
I'm not
like,
faceless.
Is this real? Are you sure? Is this real? So this is not a paid ad. It's nothing. But when people are doing well, or when someone is doing well, you just have to give them their flowers. And I actually told Coach, that I'm willing to come and share my experience. I'm willing to come and talk about how this feels and how I did this with their help. So and that is why we're here today. So Success Factors Group, they are no scam at all. If you can do it, if you actually have the zeal, if you have the passion, if you have the determination, you will get it.
Okay, yeah, so somebody's asking what school she's in. I'm going to leave her to answer that, but before she answers that question, I'm going to first of all say something to you, that success leaves clues. So if I were you, when she shares the name of her school, it's not only her school, so many other schools in the US gives funding. But when she shares the name of her school, I'm going to take it down and run there and go and look at the opportunities there, because if they can give her funding, it means that they have funding and they can give you funding too.
Yeah.
So just take note of that. Okay, so we have questions, and so Mercy, tell me about your educational background.
Okay, so I hold the Bachelor's of Arts degree in Mass Communication from Adekunle Ajasin University, Makumba Akoko in Ondo State. So I graduated in 2018, went for my National Youth Service Corps. I had the opportunity to work for a while. Surprisingly, Coach Zeno was even surprised. He was like, "Did you work when you were in Nigeria? Like, or was it just straight to business?" Yes, at the time I actually worked for a few years. I worked in the public relations firm, and afterwards I resigned, and that was when I started my own business. So don't let me go too much into the details. Well, perhaps in between our questions, I'll share more. So I actually hold a master's degree, a bachelor's degree in mass communication.
Yeah, so Mercy has a business called Goldie Organics. When I saw her yesterday, I was like, as in Mercy is glowing, her skin is fresh. You know, when I shared that video, somebody messaged me and said, if not, I'm married, I for marry this girl. Like, it's not even filter. So, and she was kind enough to bring me some products, and I'm really grateful. So really, go and check out Mercy's page at Goldie Organics and go and buy something from there. Okay, so let's go to the next question here. Yeah, so why did you decide to relocate abroad? Like, what was your zeal? Because you were doing pretty well. I used to see you everywhere telling your business. Like, you were doing pretty well. So what was your zeal?
Well, that's a big question. Number one, I would say I wanted the exposure. Because, look, take it or you leave it. One thing that coming abroad will do to you is it's just going to give you a different level of exposure. Trust me. I've been here since yesterday, and I've actually met with Coach Zeno's, children, and even at their tender age, there's this level of, intellect that they have, and sometimes I just wonder, these are kids. Like, Somto is less than 10 years old, and the way he speaks, the way he thinks, very clever and all. So there's this exposure that traveling abroad would give to you that I'm not talking down on any country or wherever we are right now, but I'm just saying I wanted that exposure for myself, all about personal reasons. And secondly, I wanted a system that works. Like Coach Zeno said, I was doing well for myself when I was in Nigeria. I was running my business. I've tested the waters. I worked, professionally. I worked in the firm, and I also had the opportunity to work for myself in my own, as having my own business. And at both times, I would say there's just this thing that coming abroad will do to you. It will give you a soft landing. You can actually achieve more than where you were. Let me put it that way. Like I said, I'm not just going to talk down on any country or anywhere. But coming abroad, I realized that coming abroad with the kind of energy, with the kind of zeal I have, in my own country, bringing such to, this place, I would actually double or even triple what I can actually achieve. It would help speed up my potential. Let me put it that way.
Especially in the US, there are lots
Especially
and
in
lots
the
of
US, there are a lot of
opportunities here. Yeah, so if you find your way to the US and you are hardworking, you would make it. Okay, so how did you find me, and how did you find Success Factors Migration?
Yes, I was just like every random Nigerian. I was just scrolling through the street of Instagram on that blessed day. I was just going through my page, and I saw your page, talking about how people can secure funding and all of that. I think I skipped the post. But again, there's this way the algorithm works that once you watch the video, it probably brings the video back and start showing you that person's, post and all. So I got, so glued to that page, and I went through Cosino's page and I started looking through and everything, saw some testimonials, and I was like, you've been meaning to do this. I've never figured out how that was going to work, but I knew I wanted to study abroad, most especially for my master's. I was telling my friend, if I had wanted to go for my master's a long time in Nigeria, I would have done that probably immediately I finished my bachelor's degree. But I knew I wanted to do it outside Nigeria. So when I saw Coach Zeno's post, it just reflected in my thought that, oh, you said you wanted to study abroad, and this is an opportunity for you. Why not just send that a message to say, okay, how do I go about it? There's no harm in asking. And I think that is one of the mistakes many people do. I get so many, I think since yesterday, so many DMs, people coming to me to say, oh, can you put me through? How did you do it? Blah, 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 and all of those things. She's the real plug. I plugged into her socket. She's the real source. So instead of coming to me and asking me or doubting if she's a scam or not, why not just ask her, okay, how do I go about it? Ask about the process first. Just start. Just take a leap of faith. Not everyone you see on the street of Instagram, is a scammer or are scammers. So that was how I actually found SFM. I actually met her online, just like many of you.
Yeah, so I still remember the first time you messaged me, and because I went back to go and read our conversation from the beginning, and after you messaged me, you made inquiries, you didn't sign up, you left. By the time you came back, I think the price had changed because of the exchange rate, and I was like, I asked you, why did you not sign up before? You said you didn't have money, you had to go and do sale in your business.
Yes.
So what was your motivation that even if like you were not liquid at that time, but you went back to go and hustle for the money?
Yes.
So what was your motivation? What motivated you for you to say that, okay, you think that this is the right step to take for you to take this training or to register for this? What was that motivation that pushed? Because many people would not do that. Like sometimes I tell people that I think about it, invest a little token, secure scholarship, now you secure $37,000.
Yes.
Or the other option is that you feel like you cannot invest in the training, then the next thing for you to look for money to pay school fees. So what motivated you to say, okay, I want to do this, I'm going to hustle for the money and come back and pay for this training?
Okay, like I said, after the first time that I saw your post, I was glued to the page. So even sometimes when I was not liking and I was not commenting, I was going through your page, I was following you back to back, and there's just this thing that, having to see a content does to you. Like I was getting more convinced as each day goes by, and Coach Zino is actually very good at, let me say, storytelling. She brings you into the scene of the story. So sometimes I have this, just imagine in your head that now you're carrying your bag, going to the school, you're in the US, in a new environment, sitting amongst whites, achieving your, life goals and dreams. Like I picture myself in that setting, and I just had that zeal that look, and sometimes she shares some of her life experience, her personal life experience, coming to Canada with her son, many of our stories, and I feel like if this person can do it, then I can do it. So the only question is, how did she do it? You understand? Then I just decided to follow her, and I said, look, I think it's worth giving a try. And I searched for the money, and I just did.
Okay, so before we go about talking about experiences, let's first of all talk about your experience in the study abroad masterclass, like the coaching and mentorship program. What was your experience there when you were at that time?
Okay, I would say it's a DIY group that you do it yourself. I'm not sure if anybody can actually cope if you're not willing to do it yourself. It's not a place where she actually made me understood from the beginning that we are not agents. Nobody would write your letters or your essays or anything for you. You would do it yourself. But the beautiful thing about it is at each step, you have people holding your hands. You have people putting you through what to do. This is not just one of those groups whereby they'll just go and generate one template or what they taught people last year. They just dump it there for you. Then when you sign up, like I've actually joined so many groups, though not related to study abroad, but trainings and all of that. And that's what most of them do. They just dump you guys there, post content there, and tell you to go and watch. If you have questions, send them a DM. No. Okay, someone is saying they can't hear us. Can't hear you, please.
Can you hear us? If it's only one person, can't hear. If it's only one person, yes, you want to know what's expected from us. Can you guys hear us? Please just say yes if you can hear us. Type yes. Let's see. So if it's just one person, they will know it's their network. I think there's a bit of backlog here. Can you hear us? Or people asking what about the visa process? Don't worry, we'll get to that. Okay, so they can hear. So it's just that one person.
Yeah. So basically, it's a do-it-yourself group where you come every day and they put you through the process. This is what you're meant to do. This is the next thing you're meant to do, and they review all your documents. They review everything for you. Like the whole process. There's nothing as sweet as you knowing that, I achieved this myself. I did this myself. That is the beauty of SFM, right? They're not just there to just dump you, on the group and just leave you stranded and after collecting money. No, they'll put you through the whole process, and not just even during the process, even after securing your admission, post-admission and everything, just like what she's doing, with me right now. So it's a whole experience, to be honest. You learn how to, if you're not good at writing, I hear some people say you can't write, nobody is born a writer, but they would put you through the process, like I said. So don't be scared.
Yeah, you can learn. Okay, so after the master class, after you completed the master class, because of course we know that the master class is for 30 days. So did you get support after that during your application? Because we know you cannot. The master class is 30 days. We know that you cannot get scholarship admission within that 30 days. So did you get support from the?
I got support, and I'm still getting support at the moment. Coach Zeno would actually permit me to share this in detail. Okay, so I signed up for the masterclass in 2022, and I didn't get admission immediately. Yes, I got. I think then it was Canada. I applied to Canada, and I got rejection. And after then, Coach Zeno, Coach Sam, and other people, they didn't just leave me trying to say, okay, oh, you've gone with that cohort, then that is all. Because that is what some groups will do to you. Some of them say once you are done, after 1 month, they just give you opportunity to get linked to the class for 1 month. After 1 month, they disperse the group, and you cannot even access any of those documents anymore. You can't even talk to the coach. Some of them will tell you to come and pay for upgrade and all that. No, that did not happen. I got the support even post class throughout the visa process, me securing admission to the US, me securing my admission to the school, my visa process, arrival and everything. Like, the support was there, like, till the very end. When Canada rejected me and I was really feeling down, just like every normal human being would feel, from the disappointment and all, Coach Sam most especially, he was on my neck like this. You understand? It was on my neck. You cannot give up here, only if you choose to. But it was on my neck, said you can try again, and I did. So imagine if I had given up, I wouldn't be here today sharing my experience. So they were there, they gave me the support. The second time I started applying again, they reviewed my documents all over again, looked at probably the loopholes and everything, and we applied again to the US, and here I am today. The rest is history. So for when it comes to support, trust me, you're going to get the whole support you need throughout the process.
Yeah, so let's talk about during the process. I remember you had to do interview. I remember when they invited you for the interview.
Yes.
And then you had to so how was that interview process like for you?
Well, it was amazing. So the interview actually came after I got admission. So the way it works with my school, they gave admission first to say, okay, we're admitting you to the school. So the scholarship was actually going to come as a graduate assistantship. So I was meant to, I was scheduled for an interview with 2 graduate committee members. So it was during the interview that they asked me questions, after reviewing, of course, reviewed my documents. So they asked me questions relating to, what they're going to be offering and every of those things. And trust me, during the masterclass, these were some of the things that the coaches have actually, pinpointed to us. They've prepared us for not just document, not just theory, the practical aspect of the whole thing. They would also put you through it. So the interview was quite seamless for me because I already understood the process. So when they were asking me, I knew what they were going to ask. And prior to the interview, like I said earlier, when it comes to support, prior to the interview, I put a call through to Coach Zeno. I spoke to Coach Sam. Okay, I'll be having my interview today with these people and all. And they prepared me like, okay, these are the likely questions they would want to ask you, and this is how you should answer it. So when the interview came, it made me prepared. And that is the mistake many of you do. It's not enough to pray or to wish to actually travel abroad or to, achieve something. You pray and you prepare for it. So when you're praying, preparation is also, putting you in the limelight when that opportunity comes. And that is what this masterclass would also help you, achieve. So I was really prepared. So when the interview came, I smashed it. Let me put it that way. And yes, and it was more or less like a conversation at the point. Like we're just flowing because I was not scared. I already knew what they were going to, ask me, all thanks to the masterclass, the support I got from the coaches.
Yeah, so I appreciate that she talked about the interview here because many people come to meet me and they're like, yeah, Dr. Zeno, I want you to do this application for me from the beginning to the end. Just get the scholarship for me and I'll pay you. Listen, like I always tell people, first of all, I'm not hungry. I do this because it actually fulfills me, helping people to achieve their goals. Then, secondly, nobody can secure a scholarship for you. If it were possible, you see people all over the internet telling that they will help you to secure a scholarship, but you don't see that there. That should tell you something that nobody can do it. When it comes to the point, some of these scholarship opportunities, you have to do an interview. Will somebody go and sit down on that interview for you? No. So this is the reason why I tell you that you must learn. And now that she has come here, it doesn't end here because there will still be other scholarship opportunities that she can apply for and get, and even get more money. So she'll be able to add more money on top of what she had. When I was in grad school, my scholarship was $60,000 a year, tax-free. And the reason why I got it wasn't one scholarship. I stacked multiple scholarships together. So it means that the knowledge that you get here will help you even in future. Even when you get abroad and you want to apply for things, you are looking for opportunities, it will help you beyond there. So this is why you need to be independent. You need knowledge. And you can hear the way Mercy is talking now. She can sell her skills. In fact, from where she's talking now, you feel like if you are an interviewer, you want to give her what she's looking for, right? So it's something that you learn. You get refined in the process. Really, many people have used this training they get here just from the mindset shift that they get, even if not directly, to get promotions on their jobs. Some people have used it to get jobs as well, right? Because it refines your thinking process. So okay, thank you for sharing that. Okay, you mentioned this before, but I want us to talk about it in detail, like, because there are so many people here who have struggled after you didn't succeed in the first year, because you joined the masterclass in 2022, hoping to relocate in 2023. Okay. 2023 wasn't successful, so she did the application a second time and finally succeeded in 2024. So how did you feel? Someone to come and carry this girl. So how did you feel after you did not succeed the first time? Okay, let's talk about your emotions. How was it?
Okay, so I'm going to be very, very realistic. I felt like, sorry, brother. I'm going to be very realistic. I felt like every normal human being would feel. I felt so disappointed because the question is, what did I do differently? And the funny thing about the rejection was the fact that then it was Canada, right? So I had emailed the professor and did all of that. And the professor was like, go ahead and apply. He sounded so impressed with my proposal. He sounded so impressed with everything I submitted. Because for a professor to tell you to go ahead and apply, that means number one, he has funding, and number two, he's willing to supervise you. So I felt like, I've gotten this already. So, that kind of feeling whereby you're already feeling relaxed and you're feeling like,
you are there already.
I'm there already. It's a done deal. Yeah. And you just got an email to say, sorry, unfortunately, that kind of thing. So I was really heartbroken, and I spoke to Coach Zino, I spoke to Coach Sam. They just did the normal thing. Oh, sorry, just don't give up. And they really encouraged me, but it was not just enough to just say, oh, sorry, and all of that. They were there, and there's just this mindset, as humans, no matter how strong you feel you are, there are some things that would actually break you. And if you do not really have a shoulder to lean on, if you do not really have a good support system, trust me, that is where that dream would die. And that is what would have actually happened to me if they were not there and if they didn't really give me the support I needed. So immediately, Coach Sam started sending me links, to other opportunities, other schools and everything. Then Coach Zino messaged me and she was like, she knew I was really interested in Canada, but does it have to be Canada? And then it now clicked in my head. I come to think of it in the class. I'm not going to share so much, but in the class they taught us this and this now, like how you do not have to rely on just one country. You can actually diversify and all of that. I was like, okay, maybe I should give it a try this time around, another place. Then I just sat down and I thought about that. The US would not be, a bad option at all. America, Canada, of course, they are all very, very close to each other. And also, the second time I decided to apply to America, and this time around, I decided not to put all my eggs in one basket because then I think I only applied to 2 schools when the rejection came, SFU and I think Ottawa then. So just 2 schools, and both of them actually rejected me. And it was only Canada. I didn't apply to any other country. So this time around, I just made up my mind that I'm going to follow what we're taught in the master class, because that is actually one of those things that you don't put all your eggs in one basket. Yeah. So this time around, I applied to about 5 schools. Yes, I applied to about 5 schools in the US. Then I think I applied to a school in Sweden as well, making a total of 6 schools, altogether. So I applied to 6 schools and I submitted my document. But before submitting that document, they had to review it. That's why I said the way the master class works is not one of those classes whereby what they taught you last year is what they just dump year in year out. What they do is just make money. You understand? Whereby what they've taught, they don't just want to do any work. They just keep putting you guys there and sharing the same content, sharing the same templates. No, they don't do that. So they had to review my documents against, okay, let's see what, the loophole must have probably been, in the previous year. So this time around, I was advised to actually, do 1 or 2 things like volunteering experience and all of that, which I did not do the first time. So the second time, Coach Sam was like, why don't you, take up volunteering activities, and also you can actually add it to your CV, make your CV robust and all of that. And trust me, guys, it really works, because I remember during the interview, my GA interview, there was one thing one of the professors said. She was like, because there was a way I attached a link, because I was not just volunteering, I was also documenting my volunteering activities.
Very important. You were sharing it on LinkedIn.
I was sharing. If you go to my LinkedIn page, even on my business page, sometimes I just spice it up so it doesn't look like business all the time. I spice it up with some of my personal life activities. So if you go to my page, you'd actually see some of those contents, and when I'll go out for outreach and I'll post it there. So I now attached some of the links of those outreaches. I attached it, to my CV. And the professor was like, they saw volunteering experience I did. It was awesome. It was this, I was like, wow. I would have thought they would have been looking at my grade, what I graduated with, and also it's beyond that. So imagine them putting that by the side, and they were only talking about the volunteering experience that I had, like that I shared with them. So that is one thing. So ordinarily, I wouldn't have thought about that, but all thanks to the coach that pointed my attention to say, okay, this time around, do something differently. If it didn't work, this way the first time, then you should be thinking of what to do to make it work better this time around. And that was what I did. And to the glory of God, I was able to secure, not just admission, I was able to secure full funding and, monthly stipends at Missouri State University this time around in the US.
Keyword, in case you did not hear that, keyword document. She was documenting it. She shared it on LinkedIn. I still remember then when she did some things that she shared with me. I'm like, oh yeah, good. Because she was sharing the link on LinkedIn with me. And you tell a story about what you have done. These people, they look beyond your grade. That's why you see people with third class, they secure funding. You see people with second class lower, they secure funding. It's because what they lack in their grades, they will use other things to supplement it. This is why when I tell you that you can secure funding regardless of your grade, as long as you are willing to do the things that you have to do, you will. So somebody asking now, just give us details of what course you got into, what school, and how much is the value of your funding. Okay, people have been asking that.
Okay, so my school is Missouri State University, Missouri Springfield, and I'm studying communication in
master's in communication.
Yes, organizational communication to be precise. And I think that's actually one thing many of you too should understand, that you should not limit yourself. Because I hear when I was applying then too, I got discouraged by some of my friends that they won't give you, since it's not STEM, it's not a STEM course, it's not science related.
They won't give you funding.
Yes, and they won't give you funding.
Yeah.
They don't give arts funding. Yeah. So I'm telling you now that I am actually, studying in organizational communication. Communication is in arts, and I got full funding. Now my funding is what, $37,000. Yes, with monthly stipend.
Yeah. Okay, and did you have to do IELTS, GRE, GMAT, TOEFL? No exams?
Not at all. I didn't write any exam at all.
So you just carry your bachelor's degree certificate?
My bachelor's degree certificate, my academic resume, everything. The documents that were, requested. Those were the things I submitted. So
let me tell you guys something. Many schools abroad, they cannot do without graduate students. That's why they fund you. And many schools abroad, they are looking for good students to fund. Now, many of you listening to me, you are already a good student, but you don't know how to present yourself as a good student to them. Right. That is what this study abroad coaching and mentorship program will do for you. It will teach you how to present yourself as the best candidate, so that they will choose you amongst all the other candidates, and they will decide that it is you we want to give the money. Bella, stop. And this is what the coaching class will do for you, and this is one reason why you should sign up. Okay, so people are asking, what about people in other fields? Like before, people would say it's only STEM. Now we have come to show you people non-STEM. People are not asking about other fields. Some people are saying nursing. If you are going to do a graduate program in nursing, there's funding for you. If you are going to do in arts, in STEM, in science, in social science, you can get funding for any program abroad. Many of you, your mindset is limiting you. So let's talk about the visa experience. Because maybe we say US not they give visa. US not they give visa. So what was your experience with the visa?
Okay, so after securing the admission, the whole visa process started. I had to write to the school to get my I-20. DS-160 and all of those documents that you need to apply for your visa. And fortunately for me, then it was actually tight. Getting a date for the interview was a bit tedious, but I was really hopeful, and with prayer and all, I was able to get a date. And when it was time for the interview, I still ran back to my coaches and I was like, oh, I'm going for my interview on so date and all of that. And as usual, the support is still there, like I said, up to the visa process level. And they were like, okay, well, these are some of the likely questions you should also look at. These are things you should work on, which I did. And when I got there, you might say bad day, devil drink water. I mean, we only had two people, like two officials that day, all a white guy and a black American lady. So I don't know, for some reasons, maybe the way some people used to assume that those people actually work with mood swings and all of that. So it was like they approving one visa out of 10. So it's like after they have approved one, they reject like 10 of you. Approve one, reject like 10. So the whole environment was really tense on this day. It was really, really tense. But I went there, with prayer and of course with the kind of support I've gotten and everything, and with the kind of mindsets I've already carried from this masterclass. Like
US.
I was here now. I feel like there's nothing these people want to ask me, and that is the beauty of it. You did this thing yourself. So there is a limit to the kind of question they would ask that you cannot answer. So immediately I got there, he was asking questions, like he was just typing and he was not even looking up to even look at my face. He was asking questions, but immediately he was asking, I had that courage, I was answering like everything he needed to know. I was answering, and he stopped and he folded his hands and he was like, he looked at me. He looked at me and told me like, where is this all coming
He's
from?
confident.
That kind of confidence. He looked at me and that kind of where is this one coming from? That kind of thing. I mean to there's this like a counter in front of them, but there's a demarcation between both of them. So I just had to rest my hand on it. Then we started looking at each other, eyeballs like that.
Exactly. Maintaining eye contact.
Yes.
Very important.
I maintained eye contact, and I was, very confident that if I had gone through the process of applying for my admission myself, gone through the process of doing interview with the graduate committee members. So oh Bella. Okay. So I feel I'm still actually going to scale through this process. I cannot come this far and just flop like that. So I'm very about I got my visa approved. So after asking me all the necessary questions and answering him appropriately, he was like, okay, that's good. I'm going to be approving your visa. And that was how they approved my visa. But during one of his questions was, how do you intend to pay your school fee, your tuition? That was one of his questions, right? And I guess probably he didn't look at my. Okay. I think the sound has been affected.
Say the sound has been affected. What did Bella press here? Can you people hear us clearly now? She seemed to say, please come again. We did not hear you. Okay, can you hear us now? Can you hear us now? We stopped in how do you intend to pay your school fees? That's very important. Very important question. Please let us know if you can hear us. Man, these kids are just all over the question they asked you during the visa interview. Yes, we can hear. Okay. Okay, so if the sound is affected, you can leave and join. Okay. It's okay. So go on.
So and I'll say particular question he asked, and I'm not a visa officer, but I think this is very key, right? Because I think he has not actually gone through my, my I was assuming that having seen my school fee to see that okay, I'm required to area. And I was like, how do I intend?
Okay, let me check the internet. Bella, stop. See.
Bella. What do you want?
Connection and come back. Okay. Hold on, I'm trying to fix it. Okay, can you guys hear us? Can you hear us now? Let me know if you can hear us and if it's clear and if it's clear. As in there. Still breaking up. Okay. Baby, can you please come and take these children from here? Are you done? Okay. Come to message room. They are here and they are driven us crazy. Not you. Okay. Bye.